Okay, so let's do Somebody to Love. I think it's an amazing song. I love it. And it starts in the key of G. Each morning I wake up and I die a little. Can barely stand on my feet. Okay, let's check out that part. The key of G. G being the tonic. Okay, we start on the tonic. Obviously we do. Then we move the descent with our bass line. And we rarely, at least in pop music, we rarely play the 7th chord as a diminished chord or half diminished chord if you're in the 7th. So in this case, you're playing the dominant D with the 3rd in the bass. Each morning I wake up and I die a little. Moving to 6, just a 6th chord, nothing special. Can barely stand on my feet. So this time, we don't want to go down, we want to go up. Alright? 2 different motions going in different directions, which is more interesting than continuously going the same way. So now it goes up to the secondary dominant for the 5 chord, which is the most common secondary dominant. The secondary dominant for a 5. So common it was already used in the time of Bach, as I said before. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror and cry. Repeat it. This time we don't return to the tonic. We just immediately jump up to the secondary dominant. Lord, what you doing to me? Go to 5. And this time, the 3rd time, is different again. We're not even descending now. We're just moving up to the dominant. And then from the dominant to the secondary dominant for the dominant. So from D to A7 to D, and eventually through C major we return to G. Now why is that C major so important? After all this, it can kind of start to sound like D might be the 1. So we're just reminding the listener of, no. In the key of D we would have had C sharp, but we have C. And we're playing a C chord, giving us a plagal cadence back to the 1. Plagal cadence being a 4-1 instead of a 5-1, a 4-1. And 4-1 has a bit more of a gospel-y feel to it, a bit more church-like, so gospel influenced. And this song, well, he's kind of praying for somebody to love, right? So there's something, it has a little bit of a religious tone to it. So I think that's being reflected here in this bit of harmony. So, each morning I wake up and I die a little. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look at myself in the mirror and cry, Lord, what you doing to me? And I need to believe in you. I just can't get no relief, Lord. A lot of referencing God. Find me somebody to love. I don't think he does that in the original actually, but I don't know, plagal cadence, because we got this religious theme. Sounds good. So, find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Can anybody find? You know the movement we already had, going from 1 to the 5 over its 3rd to 6. Can anybody find me? The 4 chord. Somebody love, the most common way to deal with harmony in general, from the subdominant to the dominant to 1. Somebody love. And this is basically already all the harmony for this song. This is kind of what happens in it. We only have the bridge section. I work hard every day of my life. Then I try. So this is weird, because we're on the 4 chord, and we're turning the 4 chord dominant, which, you know, it happens. You could borrow this from G melodic minor, for example. That's one way you could get to this chord. But it acts as a secondary dominant for F, which was not present in the key of G. And generally speaking, secondary dominants move to a chord that's within the key. They have a tension that wants to resolve to a known place, not to an unknown place. So maybe it would be a tritone for B flat, but it just goes to F. So but everybody wants to bring me down. They say an even stranger move. I'm going crazy, and I love that it's on that lyric, because we've now moved far away from the key of G. F minor does not have a place in the key of G. If you want to use modal interchange to get this, that's the only way I can imagine it being conceptualized right now, then we would take it from the key of G Phrygian, which is far away from G major. So I don't think that's the right way to look at it. I don't think that's the way Queen conceptualized it. I think they just went to the 4 chord and it sounded good to make it dominant, and then it just wants to go to F. Everybody wants to put me down, they say. And turning a major chord minor, that's not a strange move at all. You can turn the 4 chord from major to minor, that's really common. So let's just do it. I'm going crazy. And then to return us to our key center, because we've moved far away, so we're gonna take a journey back to our key center. We're not just gonna play a G chord and say this is the one. No, we're gonna travel there. We're gonna lead our listener back to G using the secondary dominant for 5. Not a water in my brain, there's nobody left to believe in. And then we're on the 5. And we get the guitar solo. And that's just all on the verse chord scheme. And then eventually we go back to find me somebody to love. Can anybody find me somebody to love? And this was basically all the harmony for Somebody to Love, which is an amazing chord, and with all the referencing Lord and God, it's obvious that it should have a little bit of a gospel-y theme. And love has a religious theme, and also he's sort of praying for somebody to love. So I really love how the harmony and the lyrics came together here to put on a certain vibe. It works really well. Love the song, and I hope you do as well. And if you want more of this kind of content, subscribing actually adds it to your feed, so maybe you want to do that.